Let's talk about that feeling on a Sunday afternoon. You're buried under three blankets. The room is dark. Your phone screen is the only sun you've seen in 12 hours. It feels amazing. You've had a long week. You've dealt with people you don't like and tasks you don't care about. You deserve to just exist in this warm blue light cocoon where nobody expects anything from you. It's the ultimate relief. It is the only time you feel safe. But then it happens. That cold, hollow realization hits you. You've been lying here for 6 hours and you feel more tired now than when you woke up. Your body feels heavy. Your brain feels like wet cardboard. This isn't rest. You aren't recovering. You are decomposing. You go on Reddit and you see it everywhere. People calling this a rot day or a bed day. They call it self care. They tell you that you don't owe the world productivity. They say that being a vegetable is a radical act of protest against capitalism. And for a second, you believe them. It's a comforting lie. But then you scroll deeper into those late night threads. You find the ones where the masks come off. You see people admitting they've spent 3 years in this exact same loop. They're watching their friends get married, or get promoted, or just go for a damn hike, while they stay stuck in the same gray room with the same pile of laundry in the corner. You realize you're witnessing a digital graveyard of potential. You aren't resting from life, you're hiding from it. The exhaustion you feel isn't because you've done too much, it's because you've done nothing that actually matters. Your soul is bored to death. It has been screaming for a challenge, and you've been feeding it TikToks. You're watching your prime years leak out of your hands like water. The worst part is that you are too tired to even close your fist to catch it. You feel like a ghost haunting your own apartment. You're waiting for a spark that never comes because you've smothered the fire with comfort. Think about what you're actually doing. You've become a professional consumer. You're outsourcing your entire personality to an algorithm that doesn't even know your name. Your brain was designed to hunt, to build, to solve problems, and to survive in the wild. Now it just sits there, vibrating from cheap dopamine hits, while your muscles atrophy. You are a biological Ferrari being used as a storage shed. It's pathetic, and you know it. That is why your chest feels tight when you look at the ceiling at 3 a.m. Your identity is disappearing. You're becoming a phantom. You aren't a person with interests anymore. You're just a vessel for content. If you're sitting there right now, feeling that familiar punch in the gut, if you realize this is exactly where you are, then hit subscribe. Because we are going to break you out of this trap. I'm not here to tell you everything is fine. I'm here to give you a lifeline before the cement dries around your feet. You need to remember who you were before you became a thumb on a glass screen. You need to remember that you're alive. You probably tell yourself everyone does this. You look around and see everyone else scrolling too. But just because everyone is poisoned doesn't mean you're healthy. Your brain has been hijacked. It isn't your fault, but it is your problem. Think of your dopamine like a fuel tank. In the wild, you had to work for every single drop. You walked miles for food, you built shelters, you talked to real humans. Now, you can get a concentrated blast of it without moving a single muscle. You are overstimulating your receptors so hard they have basically gone deaf. A walk in the park feels like a chore because it isn't giving you three jump cuts and a loud sound effect every 6 seconds. You've rewired yourself to crave the very thing that is making you miserable. Your brain is confused. It thinks you're achieving things because of the constant input. It thinks you're social because you're watching people talk. It thinks you're exploring because you're watching travel vlogs. But your body knows the truth. Your body knows you're just sitting in a dark room. That is why you're exhausted. You're in a state of high alert paralysis. You're burning massive amounts of mental energy on absolutely nothing. You're running a marathon on a treadmill that isn't even plugged in. You've trained yourself to be a spectator in a world that needs you to be a player. It's a physiological loop of misery. The more you do nothing, the more tired you get. The more tired you get, the more you do nothing. It's a spiral that only ends when you decide to snap the cord. I'm not going to tell you to change your entire life today. That's a lie, and we both know you won't do it. You don't have the energy for a 5 a.m. cold plunge or a complete career pivot right now. Instead, I want you to do one thing: put the phone in the other room, put it in a drawer, just for 10 minutes, then go to the sink and splash cold water on your face. Look at yourself in the mirror. Really look. The person you used to be is still in there. They're just buried under a mountain of digital noise and cheap snacks. You don't need a 5 year plan to start living again. You just need to break the trance for 60 seconds. Stand up. Open a window. Breathe some air that hasn't been recycled through a laptop fan for 3 days. You aren't broken, you're just stuck.